How you doing, Griff? Who all's there today?
Griffy poo. He goes, don't ever call me that.
Hi, Griffy.
He's doing great. He said everybody's doing really good.
Good.
Well, hold on for a second. Your mom says hi.
Hi, Mom. I love you.
She loves you. She's saying hi to Dylan. Now back to Griffin. He was saying that a lot of the weird stuff that's happening, when when we got the mass alert system from the president,
That was weird.
he said, testing, testing, trying to figure out where the hell you are and if we are still in control.
Right?
He says they're doing more of that now that I know, but if you talk solo, I'll repeat every word. Now that they have a link to, they've always had the link, but now that they have a certain law passed that states that they can use that link in a particular way, they can now tag in other tracking devices and ways that they're going to call for safety purposes and reasons to always have your location and to be able to broaden the access to your cameras and audio on your cellular device. Oh, shit. I was thinking in my head, I go, yeah, but I turned mine face down. And he goes, dummy, I have a camera on both sides. Wow, somebody needs to make I wonder if somebody's invented a clip that goes over your phone that covers your cameras.
I know. Like a shade or something. Yeah, shade.
That would be really cool. Little device, click, click. Oh my God, I did not even think about that. Here, I'll put this paper over it to make it feel better. He goes, no, because you're on the camera right now on your computer. He says, I don't talk about this so everybody goes off on some like deep end on how they're being watched. I will say it is time now at home. Take all your devices, put them in one room. Have a computer room, have an internet room, and that's where everything is used. And he says if you're using tablets, to read to yourself at night, he says that they still have cameras and microphones. And honestly, you're not that important.
That's how I feel.
He goes, you're not that important, but everybody has the right to privacy. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm not saying it because they're watching you and they're tracking you. He goes, I'm saying this because I'm advocating for your personal privacy. In fact, I vote for the people who are inventing a read-only or internet-only tablets. There's no microphones. There's no cameras. Thank you. I'm looking at it. That's interesting. There's going to be a lot of companies who are going to come up with the anti-device so that you can still use it on the internet but not be so tracked and followed by it.
Right.
Just like the hash graph, a different way of using the web and collecting information. A whole bunch of shit is about to be accountable, and some stuff is about to go down. He goes, he kind of stuttered a little bit. Just don't even get me into the Kavanaugh thing.
Bullshit. Yeah.
It's sexy, a young man talking about politics for some reason to me right now.
Yeah.
He goes, I wasn't before. No. He's telling me to shut up.
said I wasn't before.
He's talking about the president being a device now rather than an individual person. He's being used more than ever. His presence, his words, it is a complete distraction. Oh, let me think about that. It's a complete distraction. All the craziness, things that he says, things that he does, we're watching it, we're getting sidetracked, we're getting confused, and as that's happening, something's happening behind it. They're gaining more
Always.
access to him, and when they're done, Griffin's worried that they'll just go ahead and take its life, same as a JFK. I was like, I am dumbfounded that you're putting President Trump and JFK in the same sentence. And he says, but think about it. They were both motivators, complete different ways,
Right.
complete different, but motivated in rallying everybody together. They both came in a time of chaos. Whereas JFK was willingly speaking about unity and equality, and Trump is not willingly talk about unity and equality
Mhm.
and women's rights, whereas all those things are extremely different when we look at their speeches, their values. But he's saying both of them are saying, get it together as a country. One did it by building it up, the other one's doing it by tearing it down. It's just two different kinds of tactics. I've never thought about it like this. And so Griffin says, I'm concerned that we're going to see our president in a coffin and we're going to be even in a worse situation because the next puppet that steps up, um, we all know the next person who steps up is the vice president. So it's not like he goes, I'm not going to say who. And I'm like, but we all know who that would be.
Right.
He goes, well, that one, the next puppet that steps up has a brain and is wired to deconstruct, like gain control by or gain power by destruction. He said, so um, I'm all for the privacy of everyone right now.
Mhm.
And he goes, I'm actually going to ask if our community or who is, wow, you're doing a call to action. I'm going to ask that everybody who's watching or listening, if you would take a moment, set aside your fears, set aside that feeling to like run like a motherfucker and sit still and hold your energy down and feel a blanket of warmth and love over United States. Blanket of love. Wrap the whole thing.
Yeah.
He goes, if you can't imagine that, imagine this. And you could do this so seriously. Imagine this. You're holding a kitten. This is your son. He's got him up by the face. You're holding a kitten.
So cute.
The kitten is United States of America.
Okay.
You're loving the kitten. Oh, kitten, you're just so cute and helpless and fuzzy. And he goes, do that for like, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes. Job done. Set your kitten down, let it run away, whatever.
Right.
It was so funny how he did it. Totally
Is he
blank
afraid
face.
there's going to be a attempt on President Trump's life?
Oh, there's going to be, he says.
Okay.
Oh my
I,
God, he
I
didn't
always
even
thought that
hesitate
too.
when he said that.
Yeah, I always thought that too. I was like, out of all the crazy people, I'm shocked it hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened, Griff said, because they need him to distract. They need
Do
him.
whatever they're doing. Right.
Yes, so his tweets and everything, that's why they haven't shut that down. That's why they haven't taken away some of his rights, that's why. And he says the whole house, the White House, the whole White House is scrambling behind him. combing his hair and wiping his butt and dressing him and trying to make it look like everything is together. He's like, nothing is together right now. We are primed to have this shit fall apart and we can build it in a good way. And the second push that we needed was the Kavanaugh. And he goes, we're about to have a third push and you guys are going to just fucking go insane.
It's weird because I watched a movie and I don't remember the name of it, but the CIA guy that has to the FBI CIA guy that has to live now in Russia because he gave away all this stuff that says that we're being watched and all this stuff. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Oh, there's a movie on it?
Yeah, but I remember when I was growing up, I thought my mom, sorry, mom, I thought she was crazy because she always said all this stuff that we were being watched. And I was like, oh my God, mom, no, we're not, don't say that too loud. But she was right about everything she told me. Yeah, but sorry, mom, I apologize to you because she was way ahead of her time.
Your mother says, think of everybody who has a Facebook account
Yeah,
and all the information. And she goes, think of everybody who uses Amazon. She's that
yeah,
pretty much covers the majority of people. We know
it's
exactly what you like. Yeah.
right.
Amazon thinks I'm a woman, so I don't think they're that accurate. It's like, oh, this is woman.
I know. Okay.
Griffin says it must have been all those tampons you purchased.
Brotherly love, brotherly love.